like every day is a lesson. You'll learn something new. It's small or big. It has something to do with operations or what you did before. Um, if I'm going to be completely honest, I think it's not, and it might sound cliche, but I always think that like you have to dream big. Like if you dream and and you have a goal in mind, you need to make it big, and then you have to focus on yourself of achieving that goal or that dream, right? So it doesn't matter like how you think difficult it would be, as long as you think it's executable, then you should just do it. Like you just aim for it. I mean, like we have a whole lifespan to achieve our goals, so you should just start now. Like you can't do it tomorrow, you can't do it next week. Like what you can do now to build that goal, you should just do it.
Hello guys, I'm Luan, the creator of Grind Journal. So for today's video, we will be interviewing Harvey, the owner of Easy Homer. Let's get straight into it. Hi, I'm Luan, the creator of Grind Journal. What's your name, sir?
Hi, I'm Harvey Alumisin.
Can you tell us backstory before you became an entrepreneur? Who is Harvey?
So the backstory was that I was in college in the States. Then I moved here to help my dad's business. So so right after 5 years of being in the US, I moved back to the Philippines, and then I just generally like to work. So at the time, I was looking for other opportunities in the Philippines, but my dad said that I should just like help out in his business, which I did. So that was actually the first thing that I did when I came back to the Philippines.
When did you realize that you're built for an entrepreneurship and this is your passion?
Um, I don't really consider myself as an entrepreneur. I think I just like creating things, and I love the operation side of things, which I think is the most important in a business. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, like operations is, I think, the key to really fuel your business. Because all of the other things like branding, creating, but if you don't have a solid operations, I don't think it will work as you would imagine. So I personally like doing the administrative things of it, the creating, the design, all of those fancy stuff. I also enjoy. So I think it comes hand in hand.
How long are you in the industry, sir?
Um, well, actually, like the manpower business that I do has been there for a while. But all of the other things that I've been doing has been in the last 5 or 6 years.
You've been in the game for 6 years. What was your biggest struggle as an entrepreneur?
Um, it's not easy. It's a lot of work. I always think that you have to know that like you will get help from other people, but all the other things that they can't do or they don't do, you will have to do it. Because it is your baby, it's your child. So you have to do extra work more than everyone that you work with, right? So um, it's almost like a 24/7 thing. You have to live it, you have to breathe it, you have to wake up imagining things, you sleep with it. So I think that is important, and I think that's what you need to know, to understand that it's not going to be an easy ride.
So, alam naman natin there's so much struggles and problems in business. How did you overcome those struggles that you encountered?
Um, I I don't, every day there will be struggles, right? Parang it's going to be a thing. Parang it's not going to be that easy. You just have to take it day in and day out. So parang you have to understand that, like, today this is the problem. I just have to solve this, and you need to see what you can do, and try to make the most out of the day.
So, can you tell us what separates you from other business owners, like in terms of your daily routine, habits? Can you tell us how do you work?
I'm not so sure with other people that do have their own businesses, but I have a routine every day, and then I stick with that every single day. So actually, I was just telling everyone, it was the other day when I realized that I haven't had a break since January, because we started constructing for our Mall of Asia branch in Homer in January, and then we moved on to constructing Bikutan, and then in the same way, simultaneously, we're starting operating, and then there's also operations involved and all of the other things that I do. Um, but what is important to me is that, like, I stick with that routine, um, uh, and I try to make the most of my day. Of course, there will be times that you should really take a break, and I do. Like, my break is really just like resting in the house. If I still have energy, then like hang out with friends. But for the most part, um, I always have a goal in mind. So it doesn't matter if it's short term or long term. So that short term could have been like what my goals are for the day. My long term is like, just to open the store. So that's how I see things, and that's how I do it.
So, you build things with habits.
Yes, I do. I do. I really, there. It needs to be a habitual thing. Um, you need to. It really is a conscious effort. Sometimes you're tamad, which is obviously normal. Um, but but when you're at that state, you also have to remind yourself that there's just also a lot of at stake, because like, opening a business is no joke. There is financials involved. There's also that effort that you've put in. So there are a lot of trades that are involved in that small economy that you're doing. So you can take a break, but always remember that you have to bounce back from it at the soonest that you can.
And you have a couple of businesses. Can you tell us the meaning and the vision of your brand?
Um, the the vision, really, I think, at least I can speak for Homer right now, is that um, I we started in Glorieta in 2023 in September, and at the time, I my only goal was really to be in a mall. So, in specifically Glorieta, in the food court, like, that was exactly how I envisioned it. I just wanted to be in Glorieta. I wanted to be in the food court. So I really applied. And then, thankfully, like, and I will forever be grateful to Ayala, that they gave me that shot, right? So at the time, my only goal was to be in that mall, and to be in the food court of Glorieta. And when people would ask me, like, how I foresee Homer, honestly, right now I still don't. Like, I just take it a day at a time. when we opened Glorieta, then I had a series of offers, and the second offer was SM Aura. SM Aura is so hard to um, it's just difficult to let go, right? Because that's such an amazing mall. So I had to take it, and then MOA came along, then SM City Bikutan came along. So right now, my vision for Homer, I have no idea, to be honest with you. I'm really just taking it one day at a time, and then just going as the day goes. Like right now, my only goal is just to finish the construction of SM City Bikutan and to open it, and then to operate, and I'll just see it from there.
So, you've been in the industry for 6 years. What was your biggest lesson that you can still apply in today's time?
Um, Biggest lesson, I guess. Uh, like every day is a lesson. You'll learn something new. It's small or big. It has something to do with operations or what you did before. Um, if I'm going to be completely honest, I think it's like it's not, and it might sound cliche, but I always think that like you have to dream big. Like if you dream and and you have a goal in mind, you need to make it big, and then you have to focus on yourself of achieving that goal or that dream, right? So it doesn't matter like how you think difficult it would be, as long as you think it's executable, then you should just do it. Like you just aim for it. I mean, like we have a whole lifespan to achieve our goals, so you should just start now. Like you can't do it tomorrow, you can't do it next week. Like what you can do now to build that goal, you should just do it.
So, before we end this episode, can you give advice for a younger generation or for the people that wants to start their business? Can you give them an advice?
I think that's already the advice which I told you a while ago. I mean, like there will be a lot of work making a business, and it doesn't matter how small or big it is, because again with Homer, my expectation at the time we started in JP Rizal was that I wanted to build something, and I wanted to create something, and I wanted to make, I my dad and I had a deep obsession with shawarma. So I built it in that way, right? So um when we started Homer and JP Rizal, we barely had any sales, right? So I could have just let that go and say, this is not working. I'll just like stop it from here, right? But I had a goal in mind, and I knew that something with Homer that I think will work. Um, so I drove myself to make sure that like that that how I am seeing Homer now is what I had envisioned when I created um, that small store in JB Rizal. So I think, like if you come by difficulties or it may not be working today, doesn't mean that it won't pan out tomorrow. So don't stop there. So if you failed today, it's okay. You just keep on moving, because if you think that is, if you really believe in it, you should just put everything, like 125% of your efforts to building that goal.
Thank you, Harvey, for this wonderful episode. It was a pleasure to meet
Yes,
you.
of course. It was.
Hello, guys. So, again, I'm Luan, the creator of Grind Journal. It was really a great interview with Harvey. He shared a lot, but what stand out for me is never ever give up and do the extra work. Because if you do the extra work, even if no one believes in you, result will come. and you will win in the end. So thank you guys for watching and see you on our next vlog. If may gusto kayong interviewin namin for next episode, comment down below and thank you guys for watching.